We're going to be looking at the three most affordable places to live in Austin, Texas. Not around, not near, but in Austin, Texas, within city limits. We're going to be specifically looking at single family homes at a price point of $450,000 and less. Let's take a look at what that looks like. We have Franklin Park, South Congress, North Lamar, and MLK. These are the names of the areas that we're going to be looking at. Now, a little bit of method to my madness here. So this is what the MLS looks like for us real estate agents. And you'll see here from my criteria, I did a price point of under $450,000 in the city of Austin, Texas. And we're just looking at single family homes. In a separate video, I'm going to be doing just condos because that looks completely different as far as what these clusters look like when we look at this on a map, right? So we have our criteria, and then now here's our map. So when I took a look at this, I was trying to zoom in on where the clusters are. So right here is downtown Austin, right? This is where we have the beautiful skyline, the Colorado River. And when I zoom out, you can kind of see the clusters here of what this is. South Congress, right? Soho, South Congress, where there's a nice cluster of homes available for sale. And then we have Franklin Park. That's what I mentioned earlier. And here is East Austin and MLK. These, you can see there's nice clusters here. East Austin in general, even Southeast Austin is kind of going through this re-gentrification where a lot of developers are buying up the older homes and putting in a lot more luxury homes. As far as the price points, is just $800,000 plus. But there, you can still find price points. This one's $374,000. This one's $340,000. You can still find affordable housing in this areas because it hasn't been all gobbled up yet, and they are limiting how much investors can do this. So, what was the last place I mentioned? Oh yeah, up here in North Lamar. This is kind of considered North Austin. You can kind of see here. Where is it? Let me zoom out a little bit. Where's North? There's North Lamar, and right here. Yeah, North Austin. Here we go. Right here is like an honorable mention because in this area is like our second downtown. It's called the Domain. And this is the idea is to have like a second downtown, a second place where you have shopping, you have entertainment, you have fine dining, you have like another skyline here. I think it's just as beautiful. Like I really, if you're coming from up here in Williamson County, I usually go, and that's where I live. That's usually where I go to first. The Domain, if I'm really wanting to go out, and then if I usually go only to downtown when I have people visiting, right? Because once you experience downtown enough, you only kind of go just for the big events. You know, it's not something I would rather go to the Domain if it was something like during the weekday, is what I'm saying. Okay, so now that we have a general idea of what it looks like on the map, right? The clusters. Let's zoom in and just start taking a look at them. We're going to work our way south and then go north from there. So here we have downtown Austin, we have the river, and then we have where is it? I wanted to look at Congress. I was trying to find Congress. Anyways, let's just keep going down. We'll find it. Okay, South Congress. So let's take a look at some of these homes. This one's for $430,000. Let's take a look at that one. So this one's definitely an older home. So keep in mind, at this price point, we're definitely find homes that require some sweat equity that are older homes. So a home inspection would be, I mean, it's almost like a no-brainer to make sure all the bones are good. I know one thing that I'm seeing in the marketplace is buyers getting burned because you could do more than just a home inspection. If a home is really old and the HVAC system or the electrical or the plumbing is old, I would highly encourage my buyers to get an additional inspection from a professional so we can make sure that when you're buying a home, you're not going to get a major repair within the first couple of years, because that's where buyers kind of get hung up on, or they kind of shoot themselves in the foot, is that they just do one normal inspection and they don't do any more inspections, and a year or two down the line they have a major breakdown and now they're coming out of pocket. And that's always, I always breaks my heart to hear that, because I know as a first-time home buyer, when you get you're already paying a bill that takes up a big chunk of your paycheck, and to add to that unexpectedly is kind of it really throws people off. And I don't want you to have buyer's remorse or to feel like you got a lemon, right? So here's one. I mean, it was built in 1968, so I would definitely get a home inspection for this. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath, just under 900 square feet. Let's find something a little bit more sexy, shall we? Okay, 419. Okay, this one looks like a new build to me. This was built in 1971. I wonder if it was updated. Yes, it's been updated. It's an updated farmhouse, right? So this one's listed at, it just had a price drop of from 439 to 419, right? This is 3 beds, 2 baths. Let's take a look at this. Okay. They definitely painted the exterior. I actually would have dug a red door instead of a black door on this one. Here we go. Let's take a look. Okay. Very clean. I wish they would have staged it. It always helps it to spend a little bit extra money, because obviously they remodeled the home and they so far looks pretty good. But staging just helps the buyer just visualize everything a lot better. Huge backyard. Huge backyard. You can actually put something back here if especially with the new rezoning laws. Okay, so there you go. That one's a 3-bed, 2-bath, just under 1,000 square feet. So this place is on the smaller side, but remember, we're looking within city limits, so you are sacrificing size for location to be super close to downtown. All right, let's see what else there is. All right, that was kind of like, let's look at a few more in South Congress. All right, we have one for $389. Oh, and let me just show you really quick. So from these results, we had a total of 265 matches. 265 matches for homes in the price range of $450,000 and less within Austin city limits. Okay, let's look at a few more here. I don't like how the very first image is not like a thumbnail of the exterior of the home. I don't want to see the living room in the first. I want to see the curb appeal in the very first image. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This one was like, I think very, very tastefully upkept, because you could see that they didn't really do much to the exterior. Okay, this is a home built in 1971, 3 beds, 1 bath, 1 full bath. That's an interesting floor plan. Not very desirable for most buyers. They want 2 bathrooms at least. And let's take a look at the pictures. Okay, I always love brick on the exterior. They actually have the Texas Lone Star. That's super cool. Is that a grill or a motorcycle here in this front porch area? Okay, got some popcorn ceiling. Wow, so it is outdated, but it looks well kept up to me. That couch just looks so inviting. Doesn't that couch look something from your childhood that you just want to sit on because it's so comfortable? You have to love this stone fireplace. This costs like tens of thousands of dollars for a brand new construction just to have a fireplace like this. The owners here really kept up with this place. Wow. I mean, the kitchen's small, but I'm digging it. I mean, remember, the bigger the house, the bigger the kitchen, the more you have to clean up, the more you have to take care of and maintain. So if you're looking for a home within city limits, I'm gonna take a wild guess is that you're not wanting a whole lot of house because you don't want to take care of it, because you're going to be out and about a lot, and you just want to be close to the city. You want to be close to the action. So this home, I think, really checks that box, I should say. I'm even digging this turquoise looking color right here. That works for me in bathrooms. Okay. What would they have here? What was this? A birdie? There is a bird. I like when folks have birds in their front yard and they talk when I'm going for my walks. I haven't seen that so much here but when I go back home to California, I definitely do see that. Okay. All right. So with the older home, you get the mature trees, and the trees is kind of like one thing that is very noticeable if you're visiting this Austin city. Is just how lush and green everything is, and how nice the trees are and mature the trees are. It really, I mean, anything green really adds to, like, I think it adds to your mental health, because it's just nice to be immersed in nature like that. Okay, so that was one. That's probably the nicest one we've seen thus far, in my opinion. So that's a little bit. Where are we at in time? Okay, we're at 10 minutes. I don't want to spend too much. I think we have a general idea of what South Congress looks like. There, I mean, you can just see here there are little clusters of homes in that price range, and then as we go further south, we kind of are. I mean, even though we're technically outside of city limits in this part of town, I mean, if you're judging it just from time, as far as time it takes to get down here, even like if you're gonna take a Uber or Lyft, I would even argue this is doable for you. And you could just see how many more clusters there are, right? But let's zoom in a little bit, because I did say Franklin Park, and I want to show you guys Franklin Park. Let's look at. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This one's right almost at the top end of our budget. So this home was a little over 1,000 square feet, built in 1978, 3 beds, 2 baths. So definitely a more popular floor plan, because 3.2 is definitely the most popular floor plan that most buyers look for. Okay, this one, every time there's white brick, it just screams to me that they renovated it or they remodeled it. Yep, remodeled, beautiful home. I'm always on the fence if I like painted brick or not. Let me know in the comments if you like painted brick, or do you want to see the natural color of brick. This tree is really close to the foundation. I would definitely get an inspection to see with plumbing, because I know I've had that been an issue in the past. Wow. Okay. Very clean, very plain and white. Oh, white on white on white. A little too much white. White is like the cheapest color when it comes to like paint and cabinetry and everything else, finishes. So that's where you kind of have to, that's what you kind of fall back on to make the budget work. So not the best remodeling job I've seen, because you need some color, because but we can negotiate that. Remember, all things in real estate are negotiable. Nice bathroom. I like that they did this extra step. This is usually an upgrade in new construction to have like this little extra slit for your things that you use to shower with. That looks a little bit off to me, right? That looks a little bit off to me. Okay. Man, again, a lot of these homes have humongous backyards. You could really do. And remember, Austin just passed a law where the rezoning now, where you can have more than one dwelling on a single plot of land. So if you have the intention, like in the future, to buy something like this, and utilize the location to build something here, like another dwelling, so you can short-term rental it, or maybe have a place for your guests to stay if you have lots of family visiting, you could totally do that now. They've changed the rezoning laws, because that's how they're kind of attacking the housing affordability and crisis here in Texas, at least, or in Austin at least, is they're changing the rezoning laws. And just look at this. This is a huge backyard. Huge backyard. Okay. So that's one for $400,000. What do we think about that one? Let me know in the comments. Do we like painted brick or not? Let's take a look. A few more in here in Franklin Park. I'm just gonna take a wild guess. I'm gonna pick the one that I had, like the thumbnail picture just screams at me, and I like it. Okay, $299. We might choose that one. All right, let's look at this one, because this one's right next to a park, right across the street from a park. This one's for listed at $389,000. It has a little over 1,400 square feet, built in 1975. So we're starting to see a theme and trend here when it comes to the age of the home. This is 4 beds and 3 full baths. Okay. Was this remodeled at all? This one's been on the market for over 100 days. Okay, I wonder what's the issue on. That's a lot. That's a lot of days on market. Now this is interesting. Look at, they have 2 doors here. They have one right here where, like, I guess they converted the garage, and then one for the main house. That's interesting. Let's take a look. Okay. I love the contrast between wood and stone. I love seeing that in a home. Doesn't that just add texture and just depth to the interior? Okay. Backsplash. Something I noticed right away. Add that to add to the value of the home. People can take that as a hit or miss because I think it kind of clashes with the countertops. Definitely clashes with the countertops. Decent sized kitchen. Okay, so they probably use this as a short-term rental of some kind, because look, that's that garage door that we were looking at, and now they have 2 beds here, a desk, and a bathroom. So they definitely were using this as a short-term rental. Now I'm curious to see if it was legal or not, but that's something we could find out as I'm doing my due diligence to figure that out. Okay. It looks like this whole house was used as an investment house, because even the beds in the main house all kind of look like very Airbnb-esque to me. Okay. And they have a pool that they covered, so probably more likely than not that there's no water in there. Interesting. So what do we think about that one? That one was very different, and I have questions. And I'm sure you do too. If you're interested in this house, let's ask them together. Let's ask the seller together. Okay, let us go north now, because that's what it looked like in the south. So we just looked at Franklin Park, and we looked at South Congress as far as a few single-family homes that's within the city limits of Austin, Texas. Now, let's go east. East Austin. Let's take a look at some of the closest ones to downtown so we can get a good idea. And here, these 2 are actually right next to this nice little green area. I'm wondering if it's a golf course or a park. Let's see here now. Okay, that thumbnail's okay. That one's okay too. I think I'm going to go with this one though. Let's take a look at this one. So small, so 841 square feet, built in 1933. I think that's the oldest one we've seen so far. And we are looking at 2 beds and 1 bath, 1 full bath. Okay, I love when they do that aerial so we can kind of see what that looks like. I'm kind of confused though. Is it this front house and back house, or is it just the front house? I like when they outline it, but they didn't do it this time. Come on, guys, you could do better. Outline it. It looks like it's just this piece. It is just this house right here, because you could tell that this was a tear down. This is a newer home, so it's just for this house right here. Interesting. It's very interesting how they subdivide this little corner lot here. But yeah, I mean, you could see these downtown views. So this is definitely great for an investment opportunity, or just to buy and hold and let that appreciation build over time. Because this will, and look, I wonder when this was taken. Because look at, there's construction happening here in this picture. Okay, lots of pictures of the outside. That's interesting. Ooh, they even have like a little sun deck here. Interesting. Wow, so they have no pictures of the inside. So that's pretty telling. Very curious on what the inside looks like. Right, prime investment opportunity. Okay, so this is definitely for an investor. Listed at a price point of $410,000. So let's go to, okay, there's a nice cluster over here. We're still in East Austin. We're taking a look. Now we're kind of a little bit on east of MLK. That's Martin Luther King Boulevard, right? That's MLK, Martin Luther King. And let's see here now. Ooh, look at this cluster. Why are so many homes selling in this little cluster here? Let's take a look at the cheapest one. This one's $300,000. Okay, this one's $300,000. 3 beds, 1 full bath, built in 1963. They only have 1 picture. Where there you go, 1 picture. Can't do much with that. This one's been on the market for a very long time. Now I'm super curious as to what happened here. But if you're interested, let's schedule a consultation so we can take a closer look at this. And I'll call the seller and we can figure out more details, because they're not giving us much from this from it being listed on the MLS. So let's take a look at another one, and then we'll move on from here. This one's $450,000. So this one's at the tippy top of our budget, but as you can see, this one's brand new construction. Brand new construction. Although these are just renderings, I wonder if it's not built yet. Shovel ready project with approved plans and permits. Yeah, so this is not even built yet. It's just been they just have everything else in place. But you still need to break ground here. So that's $450,000. What used to be here was a 2-bed, 1 full bath home. But that's what it could possibly look like if you use their architect and the engineer that they used to make this. And they actually have and this is what's becoming very popular in Austin. So what used to be where one house used to sit, and we've seen how big the backyards have been. Their developers are buying the same plot of land, and because of the rezoning, now you can build two homes like this, and potentially, have 2 homes, 2 incomes, 2 property values, and benefit from the appreciation and depreciation from that. But this is a trend that's happening all over Austin, especially on the east side of Austin. Okay, so I think that's a good general idea for East Austin. I'm doing okay on time. I really try to do my best to keep these videos at 30 minutes or less, because I know people, that's a huge time commitment if it's anything longer. Okay, we talked about North Lamar. And this is right next to a major highway, 35. This is what we used to connect. I mean, this 35 connects Austin to Dallas to Houston, right? So this is a major highway. Let's take a look. This one's kind of pretty. $400,000 home. Now we're north of Austin, right? North of Austin, we're looking at 1,400 square feet, built in 1972, 3 beds and 2 full baths. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Interesting choice in color for the exterior. I wonder what they were trying to go for there. It's definitely a nicer interior color of the home. And the inside is dated. This is, in my opinion, I would not consider this move-in ready. But if you're a buyer and you have a lot of knowledge on how to fix homes up, or you're willing to put in that sweat equity, we can negotiate. I think we could definitely negotiate the terms, if not the price, more in your favor. And just keep in mind, when it comes to buying a home, it's not just the final price. It's definitely the terms of the contract that can win you the deal. That's a very interesting choice of colors for the kitchen, especially because inside is very black and white, and on the outside, that's where they decided to put a splash of color. Interesting. Oh man, these bunk beds remind me of my childhood. Look at that. Okay, every fixtures, the ceiling, a lot of the inside is very dated. Wow, check out this room. This used to be, so they used to have a business in here. Okay. Check it out. Can't knock the hustle. Yeah, what kind of business was this? Is this like a massage, cosmetology, kind of like a fate, like almost like a dermatology almost? Okay. Again, man, the backyards kind of make up for it. This is all concrete back here for the backyard, which is something. Okay, I love it. Okay, here's a nice little image of what it looks like. Okay, this one's not too bad. I mean, concrete, less grass because we are going through water restrictions here in the Austin area. And who knows? I mean, they have a tool shed here, but maybe it looks like they have plenty of parking. Oh yeah, there's a driveway that leads to the back. Okay, let's see if we can find something a little bit more dated. And one thing I want you to keep in mind, if I mentioned it already, I can't remember, but there's the domain right here, which is like our second downtown. So if you're looking at downtown Austin for the simple fact because you want to be close to the action, you want to be close to the nightlife, then this is a good area because I would argue the domain has just as many things to do, and it's everything they have slated to, because they're still building more in there, is going to make it just as I think fun and interactive as downtown Austin. Okay, so this one is built in 1971, a little over 1,000 square feet, and has 3 beds, 2 baths. Okay, and it just had a price drop not too long ago from $395,000 to just $1,000 price drop. So nothing crazy. Okay, let's take a look at the outside. This picture is a little bit pixelated for the thumbnail. Okay, they definitely did some renovations here. This is a nice new kitchen. Has a little half island there. I like how they did the gas stove top. Okay. What do we think? See how much it helps when it's staged after they do a remodel? It helps me give me an idea of like furniture, space, how big is the space. That's why staging goes such a long way, but it's that extra cost. So if you did your numbers wrong and you have to make up for it and skip on the staging, then you're kind of. I have not met a buyer yet that has said when I took them to a very empty house that wasn't staged at all, that gave me the comment of like, I wish they had furniture here because they just need that to help give them that visualization, right? Okay, I'm digging the remodel they did. Not too bad. Huge backyard, lots of grass. Okay, there we go. Now we see what it looks like with all these trees in full bloom. But then look, you get a lot of that spillage on your property. But it does hug a creek. Green space behind the home. Okay, check that one out. And they actually did. They put some grass. So they did it. They did it. I think they did a decent job at the remodel, and I can see the effort. It looks like they definitely put in some new fencing too. So what do we think about this one at this price point? Not too shabby, I think. Updates to be noted here. No update. New grass and fence has been installed. Okay. So they did have new grass and a new fence installed. All right. Okay, so we're kind of approaching 30 minutes here. I'm going to wrap things up. So we just looked at 3 places that are affordable within Austin city limits. We looked at homes that were in a price range of $450,000 and less. These were single family homes, and if you want to take a look at what the condos look like, I'll do another video and probably drop that in the description so you can take a look at that. But hey, if you're moving to Austin, Texas, or you're looking to sell in Austin, Texas, hey, I'm your guy. The quickest way to get in touch with me is for us to do a virtual consultation. I'll have all my information linked in the description, and that way we can get that face-to-face time, and we can come up with the strategy and game plan to see if hey, is new construction a better route or going in resale? Because I can make a very good argument why new construction is the better route, because in Austin, Texas, new construction is just where the best deals are. So it really just depends on your situation. If, for on your situation, on where you're at financially, so we can figure out what communities make sense and what's within your price budget. Okay, thanks for watching. Again, my name is Omar Pineda. I'm a realtor here in the Austin area with eXp Realty, and I appreciate you watching. If you made it this far, please smash that like button if you got some value out of this video. Let me know in the comments if there's an area that I missed or an area that you disagree with. I'm always open to learning and just getting more feedback from my community. And I just appreciate you guys for being here. All right, thanks. I'll catch you in the next one.